Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to encourage people to visit the 518 Memorial Cemetery if you are in Korea, if you're planning on visiting Korea, or have plans or orders to live in Korea for the next few years. The reason that I'm recommending that people visit the 518 Memorial Cemetery is because you get an appreciation, not for just democracy and voting, but for human life, that all human life is precious. Because the situation was just a very sad situation, and 154 people died in the Gwangju massacre, and 70 were wounded. And the museum really showcases what it was really like there. You actually feel like you were in Gwangju in 1980 when you go to the museum. And the huge tower there is the huge tower there. The reason that there's an egg between the two poles is that it shows that their wishes came true. The wishes of democracy in South Korea came true. And the Gwangju massacre, or the 518 uprising, was a key event into why permanent democracy was established in South Korea eventually. And you will see the grave there of Yoon Sang-won. As I said, he was one of the key demonstrators, and he was killed inside Provincial Hall. When the soldiers came back into Gwangju, they were driven out first, but then they came back into Gwangju later. And he said, "We will be defeated today, but history will lead us to victory." And he's buried alongside his wife, but it was both families agreed that they should be married eternally. It was like an eternal marriage. They were not married when they were alive, but both families got along really well, and she was involved just as much as he was in the protesting what Chun Doo-won was doing to Gwangju at the time. And it was an eternal marriage that had taken place. Both the families decided on that. You'll also visit the grave of Jae Mi-ae, and she was known as the May Bride. She was the wife of an English teacher, and she was waiting for her husband to get off work, and she wasn't demonstrating or anything like that, but the soldiers shot her, and she was pregnant with an 8-month-old child. She was about to give birth to a child. She only had 1 month to go. And it's a sad situation, but we really need to know and remember that. And honestly, I helped do some volunteer tour guides there, and the people that I've taken to show the 518 Memorial Cemetery, not one of them regretted their visit, and some of them came back for a second time. And you'll understand when you visit there why you need to go visit it and why probably you'll want to see it again. There's also a room there that's kind of halfway outside, halfway inside, but you go in there and it's got all the pictures of the victims of the 518 uprising, and you really feel like those pictures are looking at you, but it's not in a creepy way. You feel like that the spirit's there and that you want to preserve their legacy. And tour guides have told me this as well. I mean, I'm not hearing voices or anything like that at all. I mean, tour guides have told me this too, that they feel the same way. It's just that because it was that key of an event, and it was such a key event in freedom and democracy. And you'll see statues of Shimingun, which is the Citizens Army. The Citizens Army is the one that took up arms against the unlawful orders and unconstitutional orders that the airborne brigades of the South Korean military were carrying out. And you'll see statues that are dedicated to the Shimingun, or the Citizens Army. Excellent museum. So, anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Take care. God bless, and bye-bye. Bye-bye.